All right, welcome everybody. So glad you could be on this training call. This training will be kind of navigating you around the back office and then answering any questions that you have and talking about, this morning was a really great call with Karen Justice, the Coffee with Karen on Monday mornings. That's a gold mine. That was really good. Some gold nuggets coming out, and we're just really, really excited. But let me go ahead. What I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen and go to my back office. Now, if you don't know or have the login link to your back office, you can always ask a question there in a group or message me. Let me move this off to the side. Sign out of this one. I guess I should have been in my account, but here I'm thinking I have another hour. I'll just keep getting little chores done. I am so sorry. Oh my goodness. Probably going to go a little slower being on the Zoom, but okay. So when you log in, your back office, you come up. This is called the dashboard. And this is where you get kind of like a screenshot or a like a bird's eye view. Actually, not a bird's eye view, more of a close-up view. Let me minimize so that there's not much of my screen covered up. Okay, so the first thing you usually see is this carousel at the top. And right now it's telling you about the Neumi app. It is available on your phone by going to the Google Play Store or the Apple Store and downloading it and using it. A lot of people love using the Neumi app. I don't necessarily use it, but I'm going to try to more because they're adding more and more features, which are wonderful. And then this is telling about the incentive trip coming up. This is the Neumi group. This is the official corporate group for Neumi. You want to join this if you haven't. And I think you can, there's a link down here to click on that'll take you to the group. They're going to ask you who your sponsor is and a couple other questions. So you need to make sure you answer those questions in order to get in the group. That's where all the team calls are posted. That's where corporate news is posted, things like that. So that's all there. You want to be in that group. And then it's New Me group, or excuse me, New You group, that if you're going to post a personal testimonial, you have to submit it to that group first. And let me just go there real quick and show you that group so you know what it looks like. Oh, come on. Okay, so I'm trying to get that to come up here. It looks like I'm kind of frozen here. Am I frozen to you guys?
No.
Okay, so you can, all right, so it's not doing anything right now. So it looks like my cursor is frozen. Well, I'm so sorry. I love technology, don't you? David Jones, I don't recognize David Jones. It says
That's Peggy's husband.
On here.
Peggy's
Like Karen Justice?
What's that?
It says I have, oh, David Jones, David and Peggy. Now I recognize, okay. Glad to have you here. And it says I have Karen Justice on here. Are you on here, Karen? Welcome. Okay, let's see if my screen is frozen, guys. There we go. Okay. I wanted to show you what the Neumi New You group looks like because that is the group that we have to submit all testimonials to get their approval. So it's called Neumi New You Official Community. And that's kind of like the sister to the Neumi New You group, Neumi group that is the corporate group. So this is where, let me minimize this again. So this is where you would come if you have a personal testimony about your results. You need to write it here. You can add a photo of yourself or a before and after photo, and then just post it on their wall. And then when you do that, a little box will pop up and say your post is pending approval by the admin. So then they will look it over. They will contact you back if there's something that's not compliant. Like we have to be careful not to use the word pain, inflammation, disease-specific names, things like that. And so they will tell you any corrections you need to make and then have you correct them, and then you would resubmit it. If it's fine, they will just go ahead and post it in the group, and you will be able to see that, and that it's available to share out on social media then. All right, so let me go back to the Neumi group. Make sure everybody's on here. Okay, so this is your business snapshot. This tells you what your, if your commissions qualify, weekly commissions qualifies, what your group volume is, what your personal volume is, how many customers you have, when your one-star, when your people, I had 4 one-star legs last month. When they start hitting their rank again this month, they'll pop up there. This is your Unilevel volume and your capped rank volume. And you're like, okay, that's nice. What is all that? So your monthly commissions qualified as a member, you have to carry the 2 products, you know, either the 1-in-1 or 2 of something or more. And your weekly commissions you make are usually on your sales, your initial sales of your new members, and then also the sales of your customers. And then your monthly commissions are your bonuses, your Unilevel bonuses, your Power of 3 bonuses, your rank up bonuses, and then the monthly, so like you get 7% on your members and their sales, and their members' sales 6 levels down. And so that's what this accrued amount is so far. And so I'm getting paid on this volume so far by the 5th of December. And that grows throughout the month. Your group qualifying volume is all the volume in your whole organization, your sales, combined as a group. The capped rank is this amount. You'll notice is sometimes different than this amount and lower. That's because you can't, and I think if you click on it, it tells you, based off the 50% rule, this is the volume you have to reach to receive the next rank, to achieve the next rank. So you need 5,000 to hit 1 star. But if this says like 6,020, and this only says, like it does here, 4,017, this is the volume that counts, because that tells you that more than half of that volume is coming from your one heavy leg. Now, as your organization grows, and if you need clarification anytime, just stop me, raise your hand, just say, wait, I'm glad to stop and answer that. So this will level out. So like my first couple months, you know, I have one leg that is super like gangbusters doing good. And it took a little while for a couple or 3 of my other legs to catch up. But now when this goes, they leveled out. Last month they were the same. That tells me that my other 2 legs were doing a good volume too, and so that balanced out. Does that make sense? Does anybody need any clarification on that part? Okay, so this is your reward point balance. This is the points you accrue by making your own personal purchases. I tried to shop with that the other day to see if I could use it, but there wasn't any way to apply that promo code, and so I was not able to do that. Now I've heard that that's not actually, oh wait, here it is. No, that's a different reward. Hey, I've been noticing these popping up in my back office. Have you guys noticed these popping up? And my over the BOGO weekend, I had one for $25 and it worked. It went through. So I'm not sure if this is different from the reward points on our dashboard or what that is. I heard that this isn't live yet. So I'm just not sure about that yet, but it's kind of like a little savings account based off your shopping. Now that's not $500. That would be 10%. So that would be like $50 in my little savings account towards a purchase. So when that comes live, I'm sure you'll hear it shouted from the rooftop. And then of course, this shows your rank. I'm 100% senior member starting out now. Now, most of you've probably noticed your back office resets on the first. Your group qualifying volume resets, your Unilevel volume resets. This all resets, and your rank resets, because every month you're starting fresh. You can't count last month's sales for this month, and just maintain that rank based off last month's sales. Now, having said that, that grows not only by new sales now, but also by your established downline members and customers making their monthly order. Now, you'll notice that this is the only company I've ever worked in where you get dollar for dollar qualifying volume. So like a lot of times you might have a $100 order, but only get 50% volume. They give you dollar for dollar. So, but you'll notice if somebody does a quarterly order of $300, it only goes up by 100 instead of 300. That's because that quarterly order is broken up over that 3 months. And so you'll get that 100 points for the first month, the second month, and the third month. So you get it, but you don't get all of that at one time, which I'm kind of glad, because that evens it out for you and it doesn't make it as stressful for those other months. Any questions so far? If you need to unmute, it's at the bottom of the screen. If you hover your finger over, or you touch the bottom of your screen on your phone, or hover over on the computer, you can unmute yourself. Okay, so the qualifications. My previous qualification was senior member, 1-star, 2-star, 3-star. And it'll give you your highest and your last. All of that information here. Does somebody have a question? I heard somebody talk. Okay. So, and this will tell you your rank requirements. You must be commission active by having your product and group volume for a senior member, because it's showing me a senior member right now. And so I have at least 1,500 for a senior member. Now that will grow. I'm 90% to hitting 1-star again, 70% to hitting 2-star again, and 40% to hitting 3-star again. So I'm hoping to hit that by the second or third week in, and that'll give me another 1 or 2 weeks to hit towards diamond. I mean, it may or may not happen. And I just want to tell you right now, I think you guys, this is a group effort, and this will be you, eventually as well, because it's a team effort. I could not do this without you. I could not do this with all your hard work, and it will be the same for you. And so I'm just so grateful and thankful. Somebody have a question?
Not that much. Well, it's warmer outside now.
You might want to go ahead and mute yourself.
The house.
Huh?
It's colder than the house.
Okay, let me see if I can mute.
I put it in the garage. Hold on here. I'm trying to figure out how to mute everybody, but I'm in the wrong screen. Do that, guys. If you could go ahead and mute yourself. Let me mute that one. So let me. Okay. Okay. Everybody else is muted. Okay, so sorry to do that. I just want to try to keep the extra noise down to a minimum. So this is your marketing site. If there's nothing there, your link is not there. It should. I'm trying to think I think I had to add mine. You can manage sites. Click on manage sites, and it will take you here, and you would click on website address, and then add your username there.
to change that. If you ever get stuck with anything like that, all you have to do is let me know. I'm glad to log in for you or with you and help you do that. But that's the link that you share with people. If you click this button, you can copy it, email it, Facebook it, Twitter it, Pinterest it, or Team Messenger. Kind of handy. I like that a lot. Okay, and then this is your wallet. It will not let you set up your wallet with your bank until you have some commissions coming in. So if it might have, say, no data available, and then you would just have to wait until you've been notified by the system. But once you get commissions coming in, and you want to transfer that to your bank account, you would just hit that wallet, open wallet message down at the bottom on the other screen. These 4 buttons in the corner, and then you can click on transfer, and you will have already had to have entered your personal bank information so you can make a transfer right into your bank. And in order to do that, like I said, you have to have your bank, and there is a fee. It used to be $1, but I noticed the last 2 deposits, it was 50 cents. So that was kind of cool. So I'm going to cancel that and get out of there for now. In order to set up your bank account, once you have some commissions coming in, there will be I don't think it's available on here now because I have mine already set up, but you will have it when I click on wallet, in this empty space here, there will be a place to add your bank info. And then once you know your bank name and address and also your routing number, etc. And then when you click on wallet, it will take you to your pay history. And usually what pops up is your monthly check with your projected commissions that would end on the end of the month, or the first of the new month. And so this usually changes daily or as you accrue that Unilevel points. The Unilevel bonus is the 7% that you get paid on everyone. Now let me go back to like this check. Let me show you. So for the month of, and I don't like to share this a whole lot, but I've got a lot of people asking. So for the month of November. Now it looks like they paid this out today. So this was my Unilevel bonus. This is 7%. Doesn't sound like much, but this is on all the 7% on all the sales in my organization. I'm pretty happy with that. That's kind of cool. This leadership pool, once you hit 2-star and above, they have a global pool that you get for being a 2-star and a 3-star. So this month, this was my 2-star leadership pool, and this is my 3-star leadership pool. What does that mean? So they take 1% of the global sales, and then, 6% of the global sales, and then they take 1% and split it between all of the, this is what I love about this comp plan, all of the 2-stars globally. So, and and there's like, I don't know, millions and billions of dollars. I don't know how many exactly, but it's a large amount to share with people. So the more 2-stars there are, the less this amount is going to be. And then this was my 3-star share. And I forgot that you don't lose this rank leadership pool when you get this one, that they are on top of each other. So that's kind of cool. So this one was shared between all the 3-stars that last month. And this was my pool from all the 2-stars last month. So that's kind of cool. That's new for me. As a 2-star, I was getting that one. And then here's your Power 3 milestone. And now I'm getting paid 2 levels of that. And it will show you, it's $50 once you get your 3. And they have to be in your organization for a full month as well. We have what we call, I call it a holding tank. That's not the technical name for it. But when a member joins you, that first 30 days, you're in kind of like a holding pattern. And they go into your placement suite, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But then they also have to be in for 30 days themselves before they go into your regular membership downline. And then once they're in their 30 days, that's when you get paid the initial $50 bonus. So the Power 3 milestone. The second level, now I get $200 for a total of $250. That $200 is for when my 3 each have their 3. So it's me at the top, and then at least 3 direct to me, and then each of those 3 have 3. And so, and when I say direct to me, that counts even if they've been placed under you and you didn't sign them up per se. And we'll talk about that in a little bit. That's the most fabulous thing about this comp plan. Any questions about that part so far? Feel free to unmute and let me know if you have any questions. Okay, so then let's go on. This is your training. I've been a bad girl. I've only done 91%. And as you do the training videos, they don't take long. You know, I think it was an hour. There was one video I didn't do because I watched another comp plan video and already understood it. And so I didn't do that one, but that shows you, I love how that you can track your, you know, where you're at with these. This is your Power 3. This shows you your 3 that you're getting your Power of 3 on, and etc. This is their Power 3 level, the tracker, the point volume for them, etc. So you at least have to have 3 directs to get that, 3 people under you to get that. Now, shows your marketing site. Okay, this keeps track of your orders, your Autoship. Now, what if you don't have an Autoship? It's not required as a member. It is required to be preferred status. And so if you don't have an Autoship or want to change your Autoship, all you have to do, so let's say, you know, like I already have an Autoship showing, but I need to edit it and say maybe change my date for next month. So all I'm doing is going to click on edit and change my date to whatever I want it throughout the month. I actually do it at the beginning of the month because, as you've probably noticed, and here you can change your card, you can delete it. If I decide to delete it, a little plus sign will pop up in the bottom right hand corner here where I can create a new one. But what was I just going to say about the Autoship? Oh, so if your Autoship is today's the 5th, and if your Autoship isn't say till the 6th, it's going to show an X here. That does not mean you're not monthly commission qualified. That was probably the most confusing thing to me in the beginning because I knew I was within that 30 days. And that's exactly what it is. So that will change from an X to a check mark. So like if my Autoship was tomorrow, this would show an X, but then as soon as that payment is processed, and I think they do it around midnight or right thereafter, then that switches to a check mark. So if it says an X and you're not sure, am I commission qualified? Check your last order. And if it is within 30 days, you're fine. It just isn't showing it until it processes. And so like for those whose order doesn't process till the end of the month, they're like, you know, that doesn't show that they're commission qualified the whole month. A lot of people that doesn't bother. Me, I couldn't stand it showing me not commission qualified. So I actually switched. Don't judge or laugh. I actually switched from the end of the month and switched mine to the 1st. So everything rolled over right away for me. So any questions about that? And of course, then here it's got your calendar and it's got things that are on the calendar. I'm assuming that's what those dots are. Oh, cool. See, I've never clicked on this. I'm bad. This shows you where it's got the dots. So like there were 3 dots on the 6th. That must mean there are 3 different calls. Now that's cool. What a dummy. I usually go in the group and search around. It's all right here in your fingertips, which is how they designed. This is how they designed it. So that is so cool. They actually designed this to be totally hands off by your sponsor. Everything that you need is here now as your sponsor. if I'm your sponsor, I'm here and available, but they try to make it as user friendly and standalone as possible. Now you can have a QR code created. I've not done it. I'm not sure how to do it. You can click on here and it'll tell you to create a new QR code. If you're not sure what to do, I guess you could Google it. I know some of you, does anybody have their QR code set up that you could unmute and tell us how you got your QR code? Okay, so you would have to look it up, or maybe you could ask in one of the groups. I'm not sure about that. Now these are your coupons. If you decide you want to purchase a coupon, you would click on shop and buy coupon. And there we have a $25 one, a $50 one, and a $100 one. And you would purchase however many you want and then pay for them. And then it took me a little bit to figure this out too. Then they're on your wall. And what you would do then, now this is showing you that these are the coupons that I've purchased. None of them are available because they've already been given out. And you would just copy and paste that code for people. I'd send it to the person that you're signing up or you want to bless with it or whatever. And then they would paste that code, when you're getting ready to purchase. Let's go back here, place an order. I don't want to lose that coupon, so I'm not going to do that. But if I were to add something to the cart, and you know how you get to the checkout page and there's a blank for promo code, that's where you would put that coupon code that somebody sends you. And it's a great people with help out, or as an incentive even, or a contest incentive. They are great. All right, any questions about this page? Also, by the way, these take you to the official Neumi page on Facebook. This would take it to you on Instagram, YouTube, or Vimeo for any of those that you'd want to follow. I get a lot of good information from the YouTube Neumi. So this takes you right to their channel. And you can watch any of the videos. You can share any of the videos there. Does anybody not know how to share videos or share posts? So like, let's say I want to share the New You interview from April. I would click on that.
Good morning, good
And then you would click on share.
My name is Michael Firth.
Now you can share it organically by clicking on Twitter or clicking on Facebook. Actually, YouTube likes that when you do that. Or you can also copy the link and it will paste it, link copy to the clipboard. And then you would paste it in Messenger. Let me turn it off here. You would paste it in Messenger or on Facebook or wherever it is you want to paste that video. Any questions about that? Anybody unable to mute, so you can ask questions. I guess I could look at you real quick and see if anybody's raising their hands or anything. Okay. So we've got Peggy and David are the only live faces we have here. Good to see you guys. Everybody else is off camera. Okay, so any questions about that? All right, so then over here on the left-hand side, you've got your business snapshot. Enroll a new member. I've actually never used that. I think I tried it once in the beginning, but I couldn't figure out how to do it. So it's probably good to show you how to do that because I think it's important. It can get confusing. So yeah, this is what I need to do if I'm signing up a person. Then you can select whatever it is. And I sign up a lot of people or help people sign up, help people, my downline sign up people, because sometimes the phone can still be kind of wonky to sign up people. So it's really easy. Somebody will just put me on the phone with them and I can just sign them up. Of course, I would change the sponsor. I'd click on this and let's say it's Peggy Jones. I hope you don't mind me putting your name here, Peggy. And then I would look for her by clicking this arrow. And then that's her. and then I would click set as my consultant, and then that's how you would sign up a person under someone in your downline.
Okay.
Question about that?
Nope.
Okay. So then let me get back here to home. Now, you know, I've never clicked on this either. I'm learning right along with you guys. Okay, so it tells you, that's what I wondered. It tells you when people ask about the benefit of a different product and you want to look at it, you know, a little bit more specific, doesn't have a lot of info. Well, I guess it is, it's just drop down. Cool. Wow. Cindy, you should take more time to do this. Look at all this cool info. And then you can click there to view the product sheet. They really have thought of everything. Okay, and then back to the back office. So, and the business, on the business point. So the team dashboard, I love this. You have the visual tree, the team dashboard. I've never clicked on volume history. Okay, so that's showing my volume history over the last 3 months. That's cool to know. Some leader I am. I haven't even clicked on half of this, or not half, but some of it. Okay, back to the team dashboard. If you want to look up other, so you don't have to go to your visual tree. You can look at your distributors right here, and it will list them. And then inset, it will be their distributors. And then if you're like, so like you'll see a plus sign next to Peggy here, next to Deborah. If you click on that, it's because they have a downline, you know, as well, because you can't see it all on that last. And let me go back to my page on that last row here. So you could click on them anytime, and it will, and I'm not going to do it because I don't want to show somebody else's business snapshot, but it would bring up this same exact page only for that person. So if they're not sure if their order went through, you can look on your team dashboard and you can see what their order was, or they don't know if their Autoship was canceled or not, so you can check that for them. So that's the way that you can find out information on your downline without having to log out of yours and log into their back office. It'll also give you your ID number, their about information, their volume, and their orders. And I think, I'm not sure if it shows their progress or not. And like I said, I don't want to click on somebody else's on a video without their permission. This is all the team dashboard information. You will also see that for your customers. You can see your customers and their orders. And then you can also click on your placement tree. What your placement tree is, if you've placed people under others in your organization, or they've been placed under you, this is where you will see it. You will, so like, let's say your first 3 people were placed under you. They're not going to show here. Only the distributors that you personally signed up are going to show here. If you want to see everybody in your organization member-wise, then you would click on the placement tree, and then you can see them, and it will cover your directs and those that have been placed under you. Any questions about that? Okay, the second way you can look at your tree, your team, is by your visual tree. And this is a lot of fun, though. The bigger it gets, it does get tougher and tougher to track people down. Though I can, let me go to enrollment tree. I can do a search in the search bar for somebody. And so this is going to show you everybody that you've enrolled as a member directly. Now, if I want to see my customers too, I have to be on enrollment, not placement tree. I have to be on enrollment. Over here, click on the 3 little dots and show customers. And then that will show the customers
I gotta get out of there. That will show the customers and the members that you've signed up personal. Now, if you click on play, and this is obviously a very wide downline. Now, why don't you don't want this? So a lot of these people, if I switch to placement, so I'm like, I don't know how many people wide. Let me get out of there. How many people wide member-wise I am right now? I've lost track. But if it, and please, I hope I'm not being braggadocious. That may sound like that. I'm just trying to explain the difference in how it looks. So if I do my placement tree, as you can see, that has way diminished my width. So now I'm only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 wide. And the first these first two here, I would have placed, but it was too late, but they're not really doing anything in the organization, so I'm just content to leave there. So I actually really only have 4 active legs. And then everybody else has been placed underneath them. Now, what do you mean by, any questions about that part and about looking at them? By the way, let me show you this part. So let's say I want to look at this person, see who my 1-star is. Okay, so that's Laura. Now, I can either go to her, view her full profile, which is like clicking on the placement tree. No, I'm sorry, the team dashboard, like I was showing you a little bit ago. Or you can focus just on Laura, and it will show just her tree in the space instead of mine. And if I want to look around her, so you have the power to look down deep into your organization to see who might need help or where things might need moved or how you can help your team strategize. And that's not something you have to worry about a whole lot in the beginning. Just as you start getting your 3 and they start getting some, then you need to take a look at things. Now, but what if you want to move them? So let me switch here to my placement suite. When you enroll someone directly, so like Peggy and Dave, a couple that are on this call, Peggy just enrolled her husband, Dave, underneath her. And so he's going to show up in this placement suite, but they're only there for 30 days. So if you want, what this means is you have 30 days to decide where you want them in your organization. So let's say you already have your 3. Ideally, you want 4 in case one of your legs decide really not to do much. You don't want them clogging up your power of 3. You still always get paid for it. It would just interrupt your ranking up with that leg. Now, let's say Peggy already has like 3 or 4 people and she wants to move Dave under someone in her organization. So there would be a little box here with Dave's name in it, and then she would click on place or move, I think it says, and then they'll ask you who you want to move him under. And then she can choose anybody in her organization, then click on place, and that places him under someone else in her organization. So if you were like me, I'm asking, wait, whoa, why would I want to place him under somebody else, you know? And I've never had a comp plan like that. So I love this feature. So they're always direct to you. So let's say Peggy wants to, I hope you guys don't mind me using you as, okay. So let's say Peggy wants to place Dave under one of her top 3 or 4 people. So she would move him there. He is always direct to her. So she always makes, sorry for saying it like this, but money off him, no matter where he's at in her organization, as if he's a first line direct. So he may not look first line direct when you're looking under the visual tree. You know, because you remember your placement tree and your enrollment tree are different. They're going to look different. So he's always number 1 to her. And I guess she's saying, yeah, always number 1 to me in her organization. But then after that, and so Peggy makes the 25% commissions we get paid on customers and the 25% commissions we get paid on new members. That will always go to Peggy. no matter where Dave is at. And for customers, it's forever. For new members, it's for 30 days or 1 month. Then they become their own entity and are moved out of that holding tank and are, I want to make sure I say this right so it's not confusing. So she places him under someone else. Now that person she placed him under is going to make the exact same amount moving forward on Dave as she will. So it's a blessing to your downline and helps them build and rank up, and yet you don't lose any payment on him at all after that. So it is a fantastic tool because you want to go deep. You want to build deep. So I don't keep anybody in that first line anymore. They are going somewhere in my organization, and I try to look at it to make sure, maybe my heavy leg doesn't need help this time, but someone on another side does. And any questions about that? Because I want to talk about customers for a minute and that. Any questions about that aspect?
No.
Okay, so for customers though, I'm sorry, let me back up a little bit one more time about the members. So let's say you missed getting someone moved out of your placement into your organization, and that 30 days is up. So it used to be you could call that company and say, hey, can you go ahead and move such and such for me? Even though they're out of the placement suite, they can still do that. But now, because there were complaints in the organization, because once that person is established in your organization after 30 days, it messes with 7 levels of commissions. And so, like, let's say you take Dave and move, and a person can only be moved once, but he's out of your placement tree. Well, you've got 6 levels above you, five or six levels above you that are getting paid for where Dave is at currently. But let's say you move him over here under a whole new line of people, then that messes up this line of people a little bit. Now, the earlier you do that, the less it messes up. So what we have now, you can still do it, but we have a form that you have to get off the website. I think it's under tools, and I can show you that in a little bit. Let me see. Not seeing it there. It's probably under documents. Where you can request Dave to be moved under Shelly or whatever, and then your 7 levels above you have to sign off on it. And I just did that, and in my person, so look, here's my husband. Let's say I wanted to move his whole leg because I had he was direct to me, but I want to move him over here under Bob because it would help Bob out. It won't affect me in an adverse way. It'll help Bob out, and it actually will help you because it'll help your ranking. Again, building deep, it helps you ranking. And so the person that I just moved had several people under her like that. So I wanted to move her under another gal that's on fire. It's kind of an incentive and almost, I kind of hate to call this, but almost like your reward kind of thing. Somebody's working hard, but they just need a little bit of help, and you can reward them that way. And so I had to get the signatures from the 7 people above. How do you do that? You don't even know who they are. Maybe the first couple. And so my upline, Keith, was fantastic in helping me get that form signed. He took it to the group. He knew who they all worked. Now, I did call corporate, and they gave me the name, and and how I could figure out how to get a hold of them. But if you ever get in that position, try actually not to let it get that far, because it is kind of a pain for everybody. I didn't realize, I'm learning like you guys are. I didn't realize all the different things, but they were all very gracious and let me move her over, and it was fine. And you can do that, and most of them will probably sign off, but just in case, it just kind of gives them a heads up, that you're kind of switching up your organization a little bit, so that can be done. Now, customers, so you get paid 25% on your customers. I've had at least a third of mine switch from a customer to a member. And you're listening to one of the Karen Justice, which she's a crown in our organization, maybe double crown, I'm not sure exactly, but she's up there, and she's the one that does the Saturday calls with the physicians and such a lot of times. And the Monday morning coffee call. If you weren't on that, if you could ever get on those Monday morning coffee calls, those are like gold nuggets. But she, one of the times I was listening to her, she was talking about the customers are the glue to your organization. They're your weekly pay. You get paid every week by your customers and new members, and then on the month by your members and their activity. But a lot of them will like to switch, and I love that. I don't encourage anybody to sign up as a member anymore unless they have indicated. And I just recently had a lady that did say, I already know I want to. I've already got people interested. She hadn't even signed up yet. So she knew she wanted to come in as a member. She knew she wanted to build a business. But a lot of times people will do it if you tell them, you think that's the best way to go. But and I kind of had it wrong in the beginning. Again, I'm still learning, and so I gave bad advice, unfortunately, to some of my downline, like about, you want everybody to be members. But now that's not, I don't do that at all. I let people become a customer, become a product of the product. If they are happy with their results, trust me, most of them are going to want to become a member because they realize they don't want to leave, I think I shared with most of you, I was not looking for a business at all. I retired from network marketing completely for 3 years. But once I started feeling so good after so many years of feeling horrible and having such good results, and you can't help but share it with people, and they're like, well, I want to try it. And so I'm like, well, okay, I didn't want a business, but I might as well at least get my product paid for. But yet it has actually just, really bloomed, taken off from there. And so, and my sponsor, my friend Keith, would tell you, because I was very adamant. I'm like, nope, no business here. And yet, sometimes those are the ones then that really take off as a member. So let them, if they're adamant that they want to be a member, let them be a member. If they are adamant they want to be but I'm not pushing for it now. I'm letting that happen organically, because then they're the ones that really, a lot of times, are gung-ho in building their business and therefore your business. And just let me pause right here. Ultimately, at the end of the day, it's not about money. We all need money, unfortunately. We all want money, because we need to, it's nice to pay the bills, but it's nice to go on a vacation if you can, or help others, whatever it is. But, at the end of the day, I want to glorify God with my business. I want to honor him. And I do it so falteringly because I'm flawed, and I don't, I've not been a really good leader in the sense that I should have probably learned things a little bit more before I told, people in my downline how to, build their business or whatever. But having said that, so I understand a lot of people are hungry to build a business, but a lot of people aren't, and we want to be sensitive to that, not to push them into something they don't want to do, but obviously to be there for them. So as far as your customer, so what if a customer becomes a member and it's way past their 30 days, and I've had that happen a lot. Can you still move them somewhere in your organization without all the hassle of that form I was telling you about, but also because they're out of the placement suite? Yes, you can, and I just found this out. So like I just had a gal become a customer. No, I'm sorry, a customer become a member. And so I asked while we were on the phone, switching that over, because currently if you have a customer that wants to become a member, there's not an option to switch that over by yourself in the back office. So you have to call corporate. I usually do it with them on, because most generally they're going to make an order at that time to establish their monthly $100 commitment. And so we just usually do that on the phone right there. And then I asked, I said, can she be moved even though she's not in the placement suite? And they said, no, she can't. And I said, but she wasn't a member then. She was only a customer. And I can't anticipate whether a customer is going to want to become a member in 30 days, nor am I going to push them to do that. But it seems like since they don't have a commission established upline or downline, that we should be able to move them. And so she checked and she said, well, yeah, we can. And so now I've been able to move all of my customers that became members anywhere in my organization I want. And what a blessing that has been huge. And so I'm really thankful about that. But I also found out you can move a customer, a current customer, and I didn't know this till last week, that so this new gal that was a customer became a member. Her mother was a customer too. So once again, if you don't ask, you ask not, you have not, right? So I asked, I said, can her mother, who was signed up under me, can we move her under her daughter who just became a member so she can benefit from that? And once again, she checked and she said, yep, we can do that. So praise the Lord. That was kind of cool to learn that we have that, we have some wiggle room there about doing that. So that was a lot of information. I'm glad I recorded this. Plus I talk fast. So you might need to put me on slow play, slow mode to get everything. But any questions about this aspect right now? All right, I'm going to try to wrap this up. That is the crux of understanding your business. Of course, shop. The training is all here. All the different training courses. You click on that. There's scads of things back there. I already showed you the wallet. The tools are like different documents, and you can see all the different things here. Oh, Bev, I don't know if you're still on this call, but look at this. We were wondering about the Neumi app that she was saying we would need to have it on the computer because I do everything on the computer for the most part, and me too. I did not know we had this, and maybe this is what I don't know if you're still on this call or she's on this call, but we were asking about having an app version for the desktop. Oh, look at that. Okay, so you obviously logged in here. I don't usually allow notifications, but pardon me while I do this really quick. Just so I can show you.
Cindy, I am not listening, but I'm in the middle of processing deer on my kitchen table.
Okay, perfect. Oh, is that I'm gonna close? All right, so that frees us for a minute so that goes away. But looky here. Well, Bev, see, I told you wrong. Aren't we glad we did this? So everything in the app, and I can't scroll down right now because this is frozen for me, but everything in the app is right here. Look at this. Oh, do I feel like a adult? Do we even use that word anymore? But wow, praise the Lord, this is so cool. Check it out. And all your alerts, failed auto ships. I know some people have some failed auto ships. So all your alerts from the corporate are here, like they are on the app. Looks like all the videos and things are here, like they are on the app, and events coming up. So everything is more on an open face thing here than with the phone app. Well, I am so glad to see this. Excuse me. I'm going to drink. It's kind of dry in here. All right, that's going to freeze for a minute. Until that unfreezes, I'm going to put up the camera part again and ask for if there's any questions right here before we finish up. We've covered a lot of information. You may not even have a question about what we've covered today, but there may be other organizational things that you want to ask or anything else. Anybody have any questions?
I'll have to go over it again, but
okay, I did also want to tell you about, I don't know if you were on Karen Justice's coffee call this morning, but the most exciting news to me was a couple things. And I covered them in the voice clip where I couldn't think of restraining order for the life of me. But when I was trying to leave a little message, but splash pages. Splash pages are a page that you can give someone that you're a prospect that you're talking to that kind of has the info all in one spot. And then usually it links to your website. These things have, as technology has grown, sometimes good, sometimes bad, but now this splash page, and it should be available the first quarter, he was saying January, hopefully, and beyond, where this page we give to people about Neumi and would explain, have the videos explain, and then they could shop right there using PayPal, Google Pay, and what was the other one? Apple Pay. So people can purchase without having to go through the enrollment process. They could purchase right there from you without going through the enrollment process. And because those payment options already have their credit card info, has their address, shipping address, all that, it's just a matter of them hitting a button. And you don't have to take them through the enrollment process anymore. That gets them in your organization, and then you can go from there, and contact them and see how things are going. So I am loving that. I think that's going to be a really, really cool thing. And so let me get back real quick now to, here's that app. How awesome is this? This is just really wonderful. I'm so excited. Okay, I'm gonna wrap it up here. I just wanted to go back to documents and media under tools. This has about every document you could want. It's got compliance, compensation plan, your success guides, extend your reach, gloss, everything, power of tree tracker, anything, tree movement form, that's the form I was talking about if you wanted to move something. Oh, now they have it fillable online. The one I had, you had to copy, you had to print off, sign it, and then scan it back. Now you can just fill all of that online. That is so awesome. So a lot, rank advancement, rewards, everything. It just has everything. And then really quick, under your settings, it's got your account, your marketing site, communication, billing, all of that is here. If you never want to change anything on your account, your password, whatever, you can do that. Communication is setting up what you want to get emails about. I usually leave all of mine text, all of mine clicked, so I can receive emails about who's signing up, etc. That's where this is. And billing, that information is there too. And then support, this just shows you my upline, and it gives you the phone number and the email and the mailing address of Neumi. So that's pretty much the back office overview in a nutshell. And I think that pretty much covers everything. So I'm going to stop sharing and see if there's any questions. Anybody has any? Most of you that are off camera are probably sleeping, and I just can't see you. But any questions from anybody about anything that I can help you with?
Well, we're so new. That was a lot of information, and I'm not computer savvy, but we're gonna try to learn this better, right?
Yeah.
So,
well, like I said, it is recorded,
good.
so you can refer to it.
yeah, I'll always call you if I get stuck or we get stuck.
That is no problem whatsoever. I'm available. And, all right, Marilyn says, thank you, Cindy. I'm very new and overwhelmed, but I'm going to study this. Well, good. Well, reach up. There's Deborah. Reach out to your upline first. If they're not available, I'm available. Or like if you need. So a couple things I want to talk about is you don't have to know any of this information to share Neumi. You don't have to have really technically any of this information to build your business. You know, something that Nicole, who's on another team, but in our big team, something that she says, I have no clue about the technical aspects or even the scientific aspects of glutathione and Neumi. She said, I just share the product. I just share what it's done for me. I just share what it's done for my friends and people I know. And that's honest. And she's got a very vivacious personality, and that helps. Passion. You really want to have the passion. The passion is more important than the know-how, because you can always get myself. Because let's say you're talking to someone, Peggy, and I'll just say you, just because I can see you. I like to talk to people I can see. That you're talking to somebody and they're asking you questions, and you just don't have the answers for. It is so okay for you to say, I really don't know. Let me get you know, my upline, or don't call, somebody said the other day, don't call them your upline because it's not as personal
Right.
sounding, you know, as you know, like my friend who is upline, you know, you could say it like that, my friend who is upline. And so, because they're gonna, if you know all the answers and you're trying to, you know, you can't convince somebody who is never going to be convinced anyway. But if you're able to spiel off the top of your head all this information, a lot of times they're in the background, and you might even be thinking this right now about all this information we covered because it's overwhelming. But you might be thinking to yourself, I can't do this. There's no way I could tell somebody what glutathione is. There's no way I could explain a business like that's good, because you want them to be able to relate to you. I mean, not that you want, you know, to dump things down. It's okay to have, you know, knowledge and information, but I'm trying to learn not to do so much of the talking and do more of the listening. It's a growing process. Not to feel bad if you don't have the answers. That's what people in your upline are for. And they expect people in your upline to know the answers. And so that gives you the freedom to be relatable to them. But it also gives you, to put me on the phone, put Deborah on the phone, or put Laura June on the phone. I'm sorry, I had your, you know, put your sponsor on the phone, and or you know, somebody, you know, my sponsor, and he's my friend Keith. He is a wealth of knowledge, and he's fantastic even at quote closing. If you ever need help, that's what we're here for. So feel free, if you can't contact your sponsor or can't figure things out, to give me a call, and you can contact me right there in the messenger group to the team glutathione. So
Great.
anything else, or anyone else have questions?
Thank you. Just thank you for taking the time.
Oh, you are more than welcome. Deborah, you got anything to say? You're muted. Oh, come on. All right.
No,
So who's Karen?
Let's listen.
I want to know who Karen Justice is. I mean, it's not spelled like the Karen Justice. Maybe somebody's being funny. I bet I know who that is. Okay. Anyway, so any other questions? All right. Well, you all have a good rest of the day. Thank you for carving time out of your day to join me on this Zoom. And I will upload it to YouTube and have it available today. I'll put it in the group, and then you can just have it as a resource. So you can use it. I'm going to try YouTube. I think now categorizes and will tell you, like at the, you know, like the 5-minute and 3-second point, you know, they talk about this, and at the 9-minute point they talk about that. If they don't do that, I will go ahead and do that. Try to categorize it up into chapters, so you have a reference point to look at, and you'll be able to see that in the description of the video. Oh, well, now wait, how did you say to do the Places Suite? Then you can just go right to that chapter and not have to try to fast forward and find what it was you were looking for. So I hope that is helpful to y'all. So if there's no other questions or anything, I bid you adieu. And thank you so much. God bless.
Thank you, Cindy. Thank
You're
you.
welcome. You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
You bet.
God bless.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.